Hi everyone, welcome back to the More YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day, and it's all about Kieran Trippier. Is Kieran Trippier about to take a trip en français by the looks of it? There you go, a little bit of culturized linguistic skills for you this morning on the Evermore YouTube channel. So apparently Monaco are interested in signing the former England international, the Iron Man signing of Newcastle, as everyone often refers to him of, the first one from the takeover. Kieran Trippier has such a high, esteem and prestige within the Newcastle fan base that people will be devastated to see him go. And he ended the season quite well last season. So I'm going to give you my take on this right now. Do I think Newcastle should sell Kieran Trippier this window? No, I don't, because what you're going to get back, you're going to get £4 million probably if you're lucky. And you're going to lose an experienced player in a season where the summer has been disastrous, in a season where we need that leadership, we need that experience in the Champions League to manage games a lot better. I often refer to Kieran Trippier as that kind of lovely bottle of malt whiskey you break out when companies come in. I think that's how he could be used next season. Sadly, with Lewis Hall still kind of recovering from the injury, I think Trippier's going to start the season at right back anyway against Villa, and Tino's going to go to left back. So I don't think Newcastle will entertain this signing, not while they're kind of threadbare on fullbacks, really. But there's been a lot of big European clubs have come and tried to get Kieran Trippier over the last couple of years. Bayern Munich, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, and now Monaco. So that goes to show you the standing of the lad in the game of football, that he's still a very, very well thought about player. We put that cross in for Dan Burns' header in the Carabao Cup final. He still has ability. Legs have gone a little bit. He's 34, he's 35 in September, so he is age now. So his pace isn't particularly one of his skills, but his positional sense and his brain and his ability with that right peg still is all there for everybody to see. So I think Newcastle will probably be weaker if they let Kieran Trippier go. So I really hope this one doesn't happen. But I've got a little bit of a theory on this. I'm going to run it by you all in the comments. Don't go mad, don't scream, but this is just a little bit of a theory where this could potentially happen. Now, I don't think it should happen. I don't think Eddie Howe would want it to happen. But let's look at the broader picture here of Newcastle United this summer. We all know what's happened with Alexander Isak. I don't condone his behaviour. His behaviour has been absolutely shocking. And Kieran Trippier is the complete opposite in terms of behaviour to Alexander Isak. This is a guy who signed for us from the La Liga Champions League, last 16 regulars, Atletico Madrid. This was an England international who signed for Newcastle when in the relegation zone. And then when he was injured, he went to every single game and cheered the players on. This is an unbelievable professional, the opposite of what Alexander Isak has behaved like this summer. But Kieran Trippier is on 120 grand a week. Now, he's in the last year of his contract. That's the same wage as Alexander Isak's on. So do Newcastle get to a situation, I think, as the days tick by, it's looking very, very unlikely that Alexander Isak is going to be leaving for Liverpool, because I don't think Liverpool are going to come in with a £150 million bid. I don't think they can afford it. I really don't. I know people saying that they can, but I think it would do them over for PSR. I really do. Dropping 150 million quid on top of everything else that they've spent as well. They want to save a little bit back for January in case anything happens, any injuries, those kind of things. So I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't think Newcastle are going to be able to sign a replacement anywhere near the level of Alexander Isak's ability. So those two things have to align, as everybody keeps saying, for the Isak Liverpool deal to happen. So it's looking more increasingly likely, as Keith Downey said on Sky Sports the other day, that Isak will be a Newcastle player next season. Now, this is where my kind of Trippier conspiracy theory comes into play here. If he's got a year left in his contract, he's 35 in September, does the club look at it and say, we want to give Alex this new contract to keep him here next season. We're going to pay him 200 plus grand a week or whatever it may be. Trippier off the books, 120 grand a week off the books. That goes over to Alexander Isak. And then they don't have an issue with PSR. I don't agree with that, and I hope they don't do that. But from a business point of view, if you step back and take your black and white glasses off and your emotional stance away from it, from a business point of view, I can see why they would do that. They've got Tino Livramento. They've got Emil Kraft, who's not all that. They've got Murphy, who can fill in at right back as well. He's probably lost his starting place to Elanga. You've got young Leo Shahar coming through, who they think really highly of. So do they look at that situation and say, we can move Kieran on, he's a brilliant servant, great send-off, all that kind of stuff. Keep that money, give that to Isak for the next year, get his head back screwed on, get him back scoring goals, get us hopefully in a Champions League position next season as well. Then he can fuck off to Barcelona, Real Madrid, or wherever the hell he wants to go next summer. And then we rebuild again from there. That could potentially be something that's going across the minds of the people at the club. I say that. There is no people at the club. They're really effectively, they're coming in, aren't they, the CEO and the sporting director? But is that something that they may be talking about or thinking about? Now, that's part of me kind of understanding if it happens. The other part of me the football fan doesn't want it to happen, because Kieran Trippier is the absolute antithesis of a professional. He's everything that you want from a player. He's a leader. You know, he may not have that armband anymore. Bruno's got it, but he's still a captain. He's still a leader. The players look up from him. He's massive in that dressing room. He's like a manager on the pitch. You know, that's what he's like. I think he'll be an unbelievable coach and manager when he retires as well. He seems to have that about him, his way to motivate people. You see him talking non-stop in the game. I think losing a player of Kieran Trippier's stature, regardless of his fitness and his legs and all that kind of stuff, losing a player like that from the squad right now is detrimental to the squad. So I don't think that's the right thing to do. I really don't. Certainly not if you're doing it with a view to giving Isak an extra 100-odd grand a week, because a lot of fans are fucked off with Isak. I'm not happy with the way he's behaved. And to lose Trippier like that, to pay for potentially a bumper Isak contract, even if it's just for 12 months, probably will stick in the craw of a lot of Newcastle fans. So I really hope that they don't do that. But for me personally, I wouldn't want to lose Kieran Trippier whatsoever. I think it would be a terrible thing to do for the football club. I think he's still got at least another year left here. When his contract's up, we're going to let him go. He can go MLS, he can go Saudi, he can go wherever he wants to go. Maybe France, Germany, someone takes him on for the year. I don't know, he'll be 36 by then, so maybe they won't. But I'd like to see the club give him a coaching contract. I think he'd be absolutely sensational for the youth coming through. I really, really do. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think about the Kieran Trippier thing. Is it time? 35 in September, year left in his contract, move him on, use that wage to pay Isak to keep him, because Isak is the third best striker on the planet, regardless of the way he's behaved. You're not going to get anybody better, let's be honest with you. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Always like to hear from you. Like and subscribe. Keep it evermore. We've got loads of stuff coming in this week, the lead up to the Villa game. I'm going to give you my season preview in terms of how I think things are going to go. We're going to do the Villa preview, and then we'll be back for the first Premier League post-match reaction to the Villa game on Saturday. Hopefully I'm smiling, but I'll not be sure if I will be, to be honest with you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a belter. See you later.
Heroes celebrate. They have done it.